Away we go, just hours away from the beginning of the playoffs. I thought, playoffs? Sometimes you can't help it, eh?
Well, you can't.
Oh, I've heard you do it.
No.
Yeah, fuck you.
Find it. Roll the tape, Matt.
Nah, I don't care that
I guess,
much.
see, this is it. That's Rob's bluff.
Yeah. Raptors Cavs tipping off on Saturday. We'll get deep into it here.
Who gives a damn?
Oh. All right.
Not me.
We'll have to find all those people who care about Carolina, Ottawa. They probably all live
In Carolina and
within
Ottawa?
50 miles of here specifically.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you.
Yeah. I was waiting, as everyone was, for the actual playoff schedule to come out. It's Matt and Rob, by the way. You know that. You didn't land here by accident.
Well, I did.
And I was like, only 2 or 3. Sorry, that took me a second. It's like, does anyone really expect Carolina, Ottawa to be the prime time game on any day? Like, I get Sportsnet might want it. We'll get into all these things.
Yeah.
But no,
No.
we can toss that away pretty quickly.
100%.
Like, 100%. And on a Saturday, I'm not trying to sound like an asshole, but Sens fans are used to a nice 1 p.m. start.
Asshole! Yeah, no, I get it, especially with Edmonton and Montreal being the other two Canadian teams.
And even ESPN on the weekend would be pushing for Philly, Pittsburgh.
On the Ocho, Ottawa, Carolina.
Yes, if at all. Check this out on ESPN Radio.
HGTV.
I hate that channel so much. On the very rare occasion my sister gets control of the remote, it's like Love It or List It, like these types of shows.
And Love It or List It International.
Sure.
Yeah.
I wonder what this property would go for in Liechtenstein.
Yeah.
Let's have a beer.
All right.
I know you're ahead of me on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you having?
Well, this is a beer courtesy of good friend of the show. Well, good listener.
There you go.
Not necessarily a friend of the show. Number one hockey dad.
Oh.
Devout husband.
You know that's on a t-shirt, something, not that second one.
Yeah. A guy who is comfortable in his own masculinity.
Right,
doesn't mind telling another man he looks good in those Levi's red tabs. It's really something we should all emulate. I'm not sure if I'm 100% comfortable with it, but this is LSG I'm speaking of.
Yeah.
He was down at a year-end hockey tournament in Kingston and brought me back. This is the Midnight Odyssey. Again, see the Levi's red tab.
Yeah, seriously.
The Midnight Odyssey Oatmeal Stout from Riverhead, coming in at 5.9%. So I've been looking forward to this for the past 3-4 hours.
Yeah, I bet. It's noon. Can I have this here at work? No? Fuck.
It's in the fridge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, see that. It's right there.
As was yours.
Yeah, you have been kind enough to provide this one. I wasn't sure what the motivation was, other than perhaps just wanting it out of your fridge, or but you were kind enough to think of me, text me last night and say,
usually,
yeah, Rob's a bit of an accommodator. He's
not the accommodator,
no.
but
he's on a podium. So tell me about this one.
That is Burdock, which I've had a bunch of stuff on here recently, so I figured, and I am getting a bit of a backlog.
Okay.
And now this is...
You're on one of these Beer of the Month Club things, so stuff just keeps coming in the door.
Well, and I'm still out and about and grabbing up things.
Sure.
So one of those
Friday night in the nation's capital.
Yeah, one of those two things have to sort of end.
Mm-hmm. Or your
not.
consumption has to be ramped up.
Yeah, exactly. Kidney failure.
It's more likely going to be the liver, but...
Okay, perfect.
Take my word for it.
I feel great about that. So this is
only got one of those.
It's called Pacific Duck. It also has a bit of a regenerative power of the liver.
Yes.
Perfect. There we go.
I can also attest to the fact that the kidneys do not.
Do not. There is a shelf life.
Yeah,
on
once
those
you
bad
crash
boys.
that's interesting fact, Rob. If the rest of the human body didn't suck so much, the kidney would live about 300 years. Not mine, but good ones.
You mean if it wasn't being filled with toxins and pollutants?
Yeah, I guess. But just in general, it's got a higher warranty. Like it's just designed better than the rest of the human body. It can't be passed around too often. Like I can't pluck it out on my deathbed and hand it to the next guy.
Can I offer you an appendix?
Sure.
Or the spleen?
Does anybody get an appendix transplant? I think they just hack those out.
They just take those out. You're like, I think if you are an organ that somebody can just remove and who cares? And you're like, oh, what is this? Fling.
Tossing it over your shoulder. Continuing on with your day. Yeah, no, the kidney is strong, man. They'll hang in there about 300 years.
Okay,
You'll be long dead beforehand. But
I did not know that.
Yeah.
But and yet
was it a fun fact? It was a fact. Was it fun?
And yet they give you 2.
Yep. Well, man, like just whoever's doling out the kidneys at the beginning of life. Very generous. It's quality product. They give you a backup.
2 for you, 2 for you.
Yeah. It's true, man. A couple crappy ones for Matt.
Yes. Take that.
Sorry about that, buddy.
Yeah.
The Pacific Duck.
West Coast IPA coming in at 6.8%.
So you're starting me off strong here.
Yeah.
Which may or may not force me to reevaluate the second beer that I had planned for this.
I don't think so.
All right.
I think you're going to truck right on through.
And I am sitting here in my Pacific Duck hoodie.
Super ugly.
Me or the shirt? Yes. Back-to-back days for the Pacific Duck. I said this to Hoff, and you can all hear me say it to Hoff on yesterday's episode, up now at tallcanaudio.com or wherever you're hearing us right now. I really thought the Ducks were going to be my easy bandwagon to jump. Tons of young talent, new team in the playoffs. And then they went out and made Gudis captain and let the Butcher blow up Austin Matthews' knee. And
brought in Joel Quenneville, the coach.
Seriously, they complicated some things here in a pretty significant way. And so we will have to adjust accordingly. Maybe I'll be a Sharks fan next year. But anyway, the Pacific Duck West Coast IPA from Burdock down in Toronto. This is one of Creech's favorite breweries. He brings up often.
Okay. Well, they're often in the delivery.
Okay.
So have you had a pull on that?
Yeah, I've had a couple. It's a little dry, which isn't normally a prevalent thing that I think of when having an IPA. Not as hoppy as a lot of West Coast. Pretty nice. Like it does have that kind of bitter IPA flavor to it, but dry is something that stands out in this style of beer more than it would normally, right?
Okay.
Like, I would not expect dry necessarily.
I have not had it.
Okay.
So that is you're going to be the guy.
The taste test here. Yeah.
This over here, I'm not loving it. It's very light on the front end. It has a lovely sort of irony finish to it.
Okay.
But it doesn't have enough of the. I was hoping for a bit more of the sweetness and the creaminess that comes with an oatmeal. But it's light up front. I'm not sure, but it finishes very nice, which makes me interested in another pull. And then
I'll go back.
And then I do it, and I'm like, the front, not loving the front. Party in the back.
Who hasn't thought that?
Love that. Brush your teeth, facing away from the mirror.
We are going to discuss what we know of the Stanley Cup playoffs right now. You and I are recording this on Thursday evening, 4:30 afternoon. Yeah. Okay. And we don't know all the West matchups yet. The Vegas Golden Knights, after going 7-0-1 under Torts, have grabbed the Pacific Division title, the Pillow Fight title.
Pillow Fight Division.
So we have them in Utah locked in, and we have Dallas, Minnesota locked in. But we don't know what else is going to go down here West.
The Kings could still have a home ice advantage with a win, and the if things fall the right way. That's bullshit.
And I think we're all pretty pumped about seeing Oilers Kings for a 5th straight year. Everyone is clamoring for that. Look, it's. I think half of the thing here was supposed to be that repeatedly seeing these teams in the playoffs will form a rivalry. I think that's the classic. And look, you and I aren't in Edmonton or LA, so maybe they feel differently. That does not seem to have built a classic rivalry.
Well, what has to happen?
Somebody's got to decapitate somebody.
Is you can't get kicked in the dink 4 years in a row.
You've got Cody CC. Now we've got Cody Ceci. Take that.
Yeah. Well, that's the factor because the team with Cody Ceci won the other ones.
Yeah, that's true, man.
So guess what? LA's coming for you.
Yeah. We will get to some of these other series after we talk about the Senators and the Hurricanes. And obviously, speaking in jest a little bit off the top, yeah, it probably outside those two markets isn't the sexiest. And it has a lot to do with the size of the markets. It has a lot to do with the style of play both teams like to employ. Like, this feels a little like, what Sens legendary coach was it? Legendary in air quotes. It was running Tampa when they did the Philly, where Philly just stood there and said, you want to play or not? Oh, it was Guy Boucher.
Guy Boucher, rest is a weapon.
Was once a potential Leafs legendary coach.
Saved by Mike Babcock.
These are two teams that kind of both are very good at suppressing shots, suppressing opportunities, suppressing entertainment. Both teams, it was Carolina's game plan for a long time. Ottawa seems to have adopted it a little more since they had to play a lot of the last month or so here without their two best defensemen. But this idea that this soccer thing where you just lob it out to center away from your net and then go figure it out there. Carolina is serious dump and chase, try and get in and create opportunities that way. But they have been just lobbing the puck out for years. Ottawa has a little bit more ability to carry the puck out when they have their top defenders back in this. It's a matchup of questionable goaltending. I would say Ottawa's slightly less questionable than Carolina's. We'll see. And pretty comparable upfront depth, right? Like, I think one team has 11 guys I think Carolina has 11 guys with 10 or more goals. I believe Ottawa has 10 guys with 10 or more goals.
Double digits for sure.
Yeah, and I think Carolina, if I have this here, has 7 guys with 20 or more goals. Ottawa has 5 guys with 20 or more goals. So two teams that spread out their offense. I don't know, man, when you saw that this was the matchup, it was kind of came right down. Is it going to be Buffalo? Is it going to be Carolina? For a while, were still some other options on the table. You like this for Ottawa? Do you not? Like, where did you come down on it when you first saw it?
Yeah, it's not ideal. It's not ideal due to the pedigree that the Carolina Hurricanes bring, which is
win 2 rounds and bow out.
This is it. And because this is the first round, that's not ideal.
Shit. Can we play you later?
Somebody was saying, I read somewhere that and obviously a wrestling nerd, they're like,
love it. It's WrestleMania week.
Well, they're like,
that's why Rob's here now. On Sunday, I'm very busy.
Carolina is the Undertaker at WrestleMania. Just shows up every year in the playoffs and quite often makes a second round.
There you go.
So I'm like, I'm going to drop that today. Matt will love that. Yeah.
Makes me giddy.
Yeah. And so on that front, it isn't ideal. And as hot as Ottawa's been, 21-6-4, I think, in the last 31 games to finish the season.
Pretty hot.
Yeah. Only 4 teams hotter than them.
Yeah.
Buffalo, Montreal, Carolina.
Ooh.
You're like, what?
Hey, come on.
So it's really and the idea with the both lobbing, both are forechecking, both like to possess the puck. It's just in the offensive zone,
yes,
mind you. And so they are very similar.
I just think, and the reason I brought that up, with Chabot and Sanderson in the lineup, Ottawa has defenders who can carry it out a little bit more than Carolina does. And look, maybe Keandre Miller can. Like, maybe they have some, but that's not what Brind'Amour wants them to do.
Right.
It seemed like Ottawa sort of adopted it out of necessity while Chabot and Sanderson were hurt.
Correct.
And now that those guys are back, maybe you'll see that approach a little bit less.
You will.
Yeah.
This is a good time for me to have a bit of a take back. if you recall back in New Year's, you asked me what I want to see in 2026. Just a very general statement. And I said, I need to see less Spence in my life.
Yeah, I can see why you may want to readdress that.
So
he's carried some heavy weight here.
He has indeed. And so if you can push him back into, it looks like he's maybe going to pair up with Shabbat to start the playoffs. But you get him in the bottom, 4-5 spot.
Sure.
That is an excellent position for this team. And with Shabbat and Sanderson, it gives you another option of somebody who is able to make smart decisions offensively, moving the puck. So I'm gonna take an apology. I wasn't the only one.
Nope.
And I may have.
It wasn't a smooth transition for him when he came. I really liked that deal when they made it.
Me too.
It did not work out at first, and when given a bigger opportunity. And look, that does not mean this happens across the league. Man, that guy is killing it as our number 5. Maybe we can make him our number 3. Nope. Stop. Like, that's not what this means. It might mean he can excel more, and he did in limited games. When they needed somebody to step up, he did. I don't think he's ever going to be a top pair guy.
No.
But can he, help you when the chips are down and you needed somebody to step up, and he did. And it seems to have created some trust from Travis Green that maybe didn't exist for the first 20, 30 games, maybe more than that.
Well, and similar to last year, the big moment was they talked a lot about Tyler Kleven and how early in the season there was some tough love from Travis Green for Tyler Kleven, that maybe he wasn't as in shape as he could have been, and the lessons he needed to learn to be an NHL pro. There was this talk, at the end of the regular season about Spence, and Travis didn't reveal anything, but sometimes you just sort of need to extrapolate out from what they are saying. And he said, give Spence a lot of credit, or Spenny, which I am totally on board with.
No, terrible. Kenny versus Spenny.
I love that show, man. Come on.
Did the Sens have a Kenny? Am I missing?
No.
We're going to need Kenny Walls to step up.
And
here.
so, yes, well, he'd be perfect. He seems more of a Kenny than
that's probably true.
Than a Spenny. That just seems to be that. And I never met the man, just from listening to him. But he said the things that we asked Spence to do were not easy things, and he met the challenge. And so it's taken me a long time to sort of to lose my entrenched opinion that was the first half of the season.
Right.
So I think he is another option back there.
Who can transport the puck.
Can
doesn't
transport
have
that,
to just flip it away.
Exactly. Yeah. And you make a couple strides, you make a good pass. I think that is...
Where is Kleven? I've spent a bunch of time here getting ready for the playoffs, reading about other teams. I sort of forgot to keep following Ottawa. Is Klev ready to go?
It depends who you talk to.
Okay.
But he's been skating.
I'm talking to you.
He's been skating this week.
Okay.
And I guess it depends whether we play Saturday, Sunday, or Monday.
Locked in Saturday.
3:00
Saturday afternoon.
When did you hear that?
About 1:00 this afternoon.
Okay.
The Game 1 schedules in the East are all out now.
Perfect.
Oh, I thought you knew that when I was going on about you're not going to play at
I had no
main
idea.
event time. Yeah, okay.
No. And so, he's been skating. I think he's got, obviously, it's some kind of facial fracture, right? Puck in the face. But he's been out a couple weeks. I'll be interested to see what, because
it sounds a little cold. You can play through that. If it's been a couple weeks and it was a broken jaw, get in there, man. It's not a knee. It's not a...
Yep. Well, and I totally believe that's what it is. Yeah. So now the only question you have is there any sort of accompanying concussion issues with that, right? That is, if it is just to wire the jaw up but what's his weight like?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Like these sorts of things.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But you are asking him to play third pairing minutes.
Yep.
So I agree with you. Get a full cage on and...
100%. And he kind of showed last year. I think most people's takeaway when watching the Sens in round 1 last year was, fuck, look at that guy. Like, he looked better in that playoffs than he had looked all year.
Right.
So we'll see what that looks like
But I'd be surprised if we didn't see him
in the series.
in the series.
Yeah.
And if it's not game one, I would certainly earmark game 3, first game back in Ottawa.
Before we start to kind of compare some lineups here and other things like that, just to kind of stay on this, your level of dread is way overstating it, but like possible opponents. I leaned towards Buffalo being a slightly better matchup. Like they've been hot as hell, but the things they do kind of play into Ottawa's hand, right? That
yes.
And so I felt like that might have been a better matchup. I didn't really like the matchup for Ottawa had it been Tampa.
No.
Montreal would have been fun, and I think Ottawa could beat. Very similar reasons to Buffalo. I think Ottawa could have beaten Montreal. But to me, this Carolina one, the way I keep looking at it is like Ottawa is Carolina, but a couple years behind. Like they're playing a more evolved version of themselves, right? Like Carolina's been doing this a long time. They've got a little bit more playoff experience. And I just think they're a tiny bit deeper up front. I think Ottawa's clearly deeper on defense. And like I said, I expect if Ullmark is going to continue to do what he's been doing since, last month or so or whatever, Ottawa will have the goaltending advantage. But it just feels like a lot of the things that Ottawa does, that's what Carolina does, and they do it a little bit better. And I think Ottawa will get to that point, but I'm not sure they're there yet. Like everything about this to me feels like, this was the worst case scenario. And that doesn't mean Ottawa's about to get pumped or blown out, but out of the potential opponents, this was probably worst case scenario.
Yeah, I don't feel that.
Okay.
I think on Sunday last week I laid it out that they were probably at the time the 4 options of Tampa, Buffalo, Montreal, and Carolina, which was still available.
Yeah.
Carolina was my 3rd choice.
Yeah.
Tampa was my 4th.
Okay.
So I don't completely disagree with you. I just don't think it's the worst case. I lean towards the team that had, probably one of the best goalies in the league in Vasilevsky, the potential Hart Trophy winner in Kucherov. Like I just sort of lean away from that.
But they also do some things that might play into Ottawa's hand a little, right? In terms of coming at. Anyway, we don't have to get into Tampa. They're not playing them.
No. But it does come down to the things, and if you've alluded to it, and I was casting through some things yesterday, and you go, Ottawa is a high shot volume team.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina's slightly higher. Ottawa is a good shot suppressing team.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina slightly better.
Yep.
Ottawa has an 8th ranked power play. Carolina's got a 3rd ranked power play.
Right.
Ottawa has a 28th ranked penalty kill, and Carolina's somewhere around 7 or 6.
Okay.
It's just, they sort of score a couple more goals.
They're actually second in the conference. A couple
of goals less. You know what I mean?
They're second in the conference. And for all the talk that Carolina's this defensive wizardry, they've scored the 2nd most goals in the conference this year, which is not what I expected to see when looking into this.
And like I said, Ottawa at 7 or 8, no
slouch.
No slouch, but Carolina just better.
Yeah.
And so they have an elite over 80% PK. Now Ottawa's, since making the change,
he's top 10 as well.
6 since the change in late January.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see, but the number is still sitting in the mid 70s. Right. Which is a huge difference of 5%. So I agree with you in this, that, what Ottawa does well, Carolina just seems to do a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
I am interested in, Ottawa played them 3 times this year.
Yep.
Ottawa's outshot them all 3 games. They got totally bamboozled the first 2 games by Bussy. Bussy stood on his head, and in the 3rd game, they played Freddie, and they scored 6 goals. Everything I'm hearing seems to be leaning towards a Freddie.
Same, man.
And which is weird, because I think Bussy finished quite strong.
I was listening to something earlier today. I don't even remember where. Aaron Ward, who still covers the Hurricanes, and he was saying that they still have this old school mentality that says you go with experience until the experience hurts you. Yeah, no, I
don't get it.
Because a lot of Freddie's experience isn't good.
This is it. Because the track record says not so good.
Don't do that, guy. Don't do that, man. But I'm expecting the same thing, and we'll see. Like, obviously, that's not official or anything, but yeah, that he doesn't like contact, right? Like as the playoffs start to tighten up in games 5, 6, 7, you can rattle him a bit. And so maybe you will end up seeing both. Maybe they will just end up starting Bussy. But you have an opportunity here for Nick Cousins, for Brady Tkachuk, for Ridley Gregg to rattle that guy a little bit. And I imagine Freddie is unlikely to throw the forearm the way that Stolarz did last year at somebody. But
back of Ridley Gregg's head. Yes.
I'm the only one laughing.
No, totally fine. Totally good. Yeah.
My team's at home. I got to find joy where I can.
Yeah. The joy is there's no flag taking down.
Yeah. I got a text from our buddy Ian last night. Season's over. Is there a flag? I'm like, I didn't put up the flag for the season.
Johnny Highvoice.
Yeah, I get a little indignant about it. It's anyway, there'll be time to talk about those losers down the road.
For sure there will.
I'm sort of, I think they will, like my expectation, just on the same thing as you reading and hearing what you do, that Freddie's going to start. But I think there's a pretty reasonable chance you see Bussy in this series. And it's just because, he doesn't have the playoff experience, seems to be the logic. And I don't know, like I alluded to a second ago, but all the other guys' experience is bad. I don't know why that puts him out front, but I think that's an advantage for Ottawa if that's what Carolina starts to do or decides to do.
And the beauty of numbers, and I've just thrown out a bunch, is you look at Linus Ullmark's playoff numbers, right? He's got a career playoff, save percentage of .885.
Yeah.
Like 4 years, anywhere between .860 and .890. That's not great.
Nope.
That is not great. And
I'm not suggesting I'm sold on Ullmark, but I'm also not sold on any of Carolina's 3 options right now.
So if you're Ottawa, though, you are looking at how Linus finished the season.
Yes.
And I don't just mean in his last 5 or 6 games, how he's been since the break.
Mm-hmm.
If Ottawa can get that, and he hasn't been stellar.
No.
He's
been average.
He's been average. And I like Ottawa's chances if we can get Linus at league average.
I'm with you on that. I do think if he can just keep doing what he's been doing, just be league average, which is what everyone has said about this team all year, right? If the Sens just got league average goaltending, look out. Well, recently they've got it, or a little bit better. If he can just give them average goaltending, that changes everything, because I am not convinced that any of Kochetkov, Bussy, or Anderson are going to give the Hurricanes that. We have seen it over and over. And you correctly pointed out, there's usually enough to get you a couple of rounds, but when it starts to get tight and things get a little harder, it falls apart. Like whether it's pressure, whether it's, I don't know, but those guys don't stand up to that well. So we'll see.
And traditionally, if you watch them, they've had a hard time, and we've talked about this here with Ottawa, anecdotally, getting that extra goal, or when things in the playoffs get tight, it's not even just goaltending, it's I can't outscore the goaltending, or it's a low-scoring game, and I just can't get past whatever that other team is doing. And Carolina's had a bit of that.
Yep.
And I think, though, when you look at the addition of Ehlers and how they have sort of...
Who's currently playing on the third line. Like, there's some nice depth there. Like, not because he's played poorly, but they can afford to do that right now.
We end up with 30-odd goals this year, too. Yep. So it's if that's playing poorly...
And he also does not have a great playoff reputation. He was better last year for Winnipeg, but historically, he hasn't been good in the playoffs. So,
well, getting out of the fishbowl that is a Canadian market...
Sure.
I'm sure he felt like would be better, but you've now jumped into a bit of a pressure cooker because things are tight there too.
We expect to be good.
And they expect to win.
Yes.
Like this This is not. I don't think this is an ideal match for Carolina either. I think when you win the conference and you get the wild card too, I think you're hoping for something that isn't going to be as testy as maybe this matchup could be.
Well, without showing any disrespect to the Sabres, you expect a team like the Sabres. On the charge, young team, inexperienced, loves to run and gun, and just kind of made it in as their rebuild turns up. That's often the wild card too, right, is a young up-and-coming team like that. And the Sens are a young up-and-coming team, but they don't give you that young, inexperienced vibe, right, that intimidated by the moment that you can kind of pounce on early.
Well, we're going to see.
Sure.
We're going to see. And I think a lot of that was squeezed out of them in the Toronto series.
That's what I mean,
year.
yeah. And you did see it in games one, like a lot of penalties, getting torn up on the power play, like not knowing exactly.
Torn up on the face-off dot.
Right. But as that series went on, those things started to get toned down. So I'm going into this assuming Ottawa's gotten that out of their system. But you never know until you see it, I guess.
That is the one spot where Ottawa does stay ahead of Carolina, which is in face-offs.
Okay.
So that is the one spot where Ottawa has made it back to number one.
Well, up and down, Ottawa's center depth in this series trumps Carolina's.
Well, Ottawa has the center depth. Carolina has the wing depth, I think, is how I would.
Well, when we get to talking about Minnesota, I'm going to let you know what I think about wing depth versus center depth.
Yeah. Well, okay, and I think you're right.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody understands. I'd rather have center depth.
Yep.
Right. Traditionally, those are the guys. The number of wingers who drive play versus centers who drive play.
Like if Aho can saw off Stützle, I think Carolina will be okay. But that's a big ask, right? And Ottawa still has Dylan Cousins and Shane Pinto and some skill. Now, again, like you said, they have like I said, I suppose, Ehlers on the third line, Stankoven and Jackson Blake on the second line.
With Taylor Hall.
Yeah. Who can still, be a good 20, 25 goal guy. And then up they have Aho and Svechnikov on the top line, which is no picnic. Like Stützle is going to have to be good defensively too here because Aho is one of those Barkov light type players, right? Very good in his own end, but can also, put some numbers up there.
Get you 70. To me, it's what's this morning on local radio. They were talking about who were going to be the 5 most important players in this series between the two teams combined.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because all 3 people on the show, and then they asked Mike Johnson, and then I believe they asked a Carolina guy. Mm-hmm. Nobody, not one person, mentioned Shane Pinto.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And because the reality is, you just talked about it, and Rod Brindamore likes to go power on power.
Yep.
The idea that he'd have no problem doing the Svechnikov Aho against the Stützle line.
Yeah.
As the depth goes and you have the Tkachuk Cousins line up next with Ridley Gregg, what does happen? Who does?
I assume Carolina wants Jordan Staal on that line. Ottawa, when it gets back here, will take Logan Stankoven, right? Like,
yes,
we'll happily do that matchup and try and expose his inexperience a little bit. But I think they will do everything they can to keep Jordan Staal on the Dylan Cousins line.
Right. And Ottawa's going to want to see the Pinto line on the Aho line.
Yeah.
So that is going to be the thing. And I think that Michael Amadio, Shane Pinto, Nick Cousins line, which has done such a good job shutting down the other team's elite line, that to me is where this series, because that Staal Martinook line is what they're going to want to. It's who is going to be able to implement the thing that they want.
Yeah, who can get to their game first, right?
Well, and the games are similar, right? So it is going to come down to, like, I think Pinto is going to be
a top 5 most important player in the series.
A huge piece in this, because I do believe some of those other top end pieces will cancel each other out.
Yeah, and it's often that way, right? It's going to be the depth. If we expect that Stützle and Aho will score a similar number of points in the series, if we expect Svechnikov and Brady to score a similar number of points in the series, at some point we get down the depth here a little bit and see who can punch in that extra goal. I do, man. I'll watch this series, obviously. Living here in the market, I'm interested in how the Senators do. I'm interested in it for the show. I expect this to be, man, like just a bit of a slog. Like 43 shots total through these games, right? Like
both do want to see you have fewer shots.
Right. And if that's our focus as opposed to creating our own shot. Now, as you mentioned when you were rhyming off your numbers there, these teams are capable of creating shots and scoring goals. But focus one seems to be stand back, right? And defend and be a little bit more conservative. I expect this to be a very much 2-1 kind of series, 3-2 kind of series. That could be a tough watch.
See, and the thing is when you look at Ottawa is the number one team in the league at not allowing dangerous slot chances.
Yep. All those dangerous slots.
I love the dangerous slots. Carolina much further down in that. And so it's when it comes down to playoff hockey, when that is your bread and butter, right, is who gets to that spot. And that will be the part. I am super fascinated in the series.
Yeah.
You look at, and again, when you were running through depth, Ottawa got almost 40 goals from their fourth line this year. When you look at
Zetterlund,
Foegele, and Lars Eller.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it is, I think it's actually,
that's interesting.
It's 37 goals, I think, from a fourth line.
Yeah.
That is very...
Now, Zetterlund was moved around a little bit, but yeah, when you have some punch down there.
Yeah, well, he has played the majority of the season down there.
Yep.
And including this last stretch where he's...
that was my guy. I really thought he was going to click.
Yeah, well, you know what? If he gets you 20 goals...
On your fourth line?
Yeah.
You'll take it.
You'll take it. And all I'm saying is when things get tight and you have... And because to me, Fogel's have been a bit of a revelation.
Sure.
I don't expect him... Like, he ended up with 14 or 15 goals, whatever it is.
He showed up with only like 8.
7.
So what he's done since he's got here has been a significant step up.
And he just plays that hard charging, forechecking. He's knocking pucks down.
What do you expect out of a Warren Foegele, who sounds like the name of your father's accountant? Like,
yeah. Well, I don't know, man.
There he is.
I expect him to just contribute.
If your name is Warren Foegele, you have to be tough. Like, you have come up seeing some.
Okay, and you know what the thing is?
Sorry, Warren.
And it's interesting because when he got here,
not like Warren Reichel.
He said, Warren Reichel. I was going through all the Warrens that I know, and Warren Reichel, who will punch your face.
He absolutely will punch my face. Get in line, buddy.
Is Foegele had said, "I've never missed the playoffs in the NHL," and he showed up here, and Ottawa was 8 points out of the playoff spot, and there was 6 teams in between. And Ottawa's made the playoffs. I totally put that on.
Sure.
Warren
Foegele effect.
100%, man.
Well, that means, is there any point in even playing the Eastern Conference playoffs? Because Corey Perry's going back to the Cup final. He's going to lose there, but he's going there. If we're going to put all our money on...
Well, we're going to see him in the conference final, and we'll worry about that then. No problems.
Right.
If Ottawa gets to the conference final...
That's a good year, man.
That is a good year. I'm totally down with that.
One of the other things that Aaron Ward pointed out was that Carolina, like, people keep saying, well, they just run through an easy metro. And they kind of do. Like, last year was the Islanders and...
Devils.
Yeah. Like, it's not great. But when they get to Florida, it's just that Florida is willing to understand where they are in the playoffs, right? We've gotten through round 1 where we're calling everything and trying to counterbalance that argument that says there's no penalties in the playoffs. There's tons of penalties in round 1. He goes, Florida just holds on to them. Like, just coming through the neutral. They want to chip it in every time, get it in deep, and they just decided your Aaron Ekblads and your guys are just going to grab onto somebody, slow them up a little bit, slow them. Nobody's calling holding in the conference finals. And he goes, Carolina is not physically built to overcome that, and game plan wise is not built to overcome that. But he goes, if that's, like, as a guy who watches the Hurricanes all the time, he goes, that's what I would be trying to tell Ottawa. Look, you're not going to be able to do what Florida does in round 1 exactly, but I would be heavily focused on 2 things. And it was what we talked about earlier, that Freddie Anderson doesn't like to be bumped, doesn't like traffic. I would take, he goes, I know everybody says it, playoffs 101, get in the goalie's face, and No, right on him, because he more than most can be rattled. And the other thing, I would be as borderline interference as I can be through the entire series in terms of not letting them get to that shoot in after they've done it. And he goes, Ottawa's got defenders that A, could flip it out or B, skate it out.
Yep.
So just get in their way as much as you can. He goes, I get it. The standard is different in round 1 than it is in round 3. Whether it should be or not is irrelevant. It is. And so Ottawa will have a harder time walking that line. He goes, that'd be my advice to the Sens, is just hold them up as much as you can.
And my problem with that is, and it's really my problem, because Ottawa, as you've laid out already, Ottawa has no problem finding guys up and down that lineup who don't mind going hoops into the blue paint.
Yep.
Like,
sure.
And yet my issue is, now, again, the PK since late January.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
6 or
and
7.
Carolina is capable of lighting you up on the power play.
100%. They are very good.
Yeah.
And you don't want to flirt with that. And so that is my biggest concern with what Aaron Ward is
it's a tough
suggesting.
line to walk for sure.
And as you suggest, fewer penalties the further into the playoffs you go.
Mm-hmm.
Round 1 is the exception. There's no fighting in the playoffs except for in round 1.
Yeah.
There's way fewer penalties, except for in round 1. Like, round 1 is where chaos reigns. There can be upsets, but there is more of everything that gets called, goals, fights. Like, that's why everyone loves it.
To me, for sure, it's why people love it. It's whether it's conscious or unconscious, it's the league and the referees going, this thing you all talk about that we don't do our jobs in the playoffs is false. And we're going to get that out there right now. But not in a month, not in 2 weeks, not whatever else, right?
It's tiring, man. I got to hold my arm up. Come on,
it's a long 2 months for me too.
By round 2, I am like, forget it, man. Forget it.
Just slice that guy's head off.
Is it? Yeah,
that's fine.
This is it. Less murder in round 2.
Yeah,
this is it. 100%.
I look at him, man, and it's an interesting series. I like Ottawa's goaltending, but I guess that would be the other thing. Ottawa's back end is not big if you want to do this interference, get in their way.
It isn't big. No.
And it's not necessarily that Carolina has a big forward group either. But if you want to stop them at speed, it can take some length, right? It takes some size to do it. But I don't think they'll be intimidated. Sorry, I don't think they'll be intimidated, the Sens defense. I'm just not sure they're built for exactly what Wardo is suggesting.
No, and I do look at in that transition game and the ability to keep people outside is what Ottawa does well.
Yeah.
Is the ability to skate with people and to keep them outside.
But Carolina's not looking to get inside on the rush. Like they're just going to dump it in. And
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. And Ottawa has shown when healthy, when they run with their 6D, that zone, the transition from D to the neutral zone has been a strength.
Yes.
This year.
Yep.
So I think if Ottawa is running with their 6D, they'll be happy to play that game.
Sure.
And do the opposite. I think they'll be more than happy to make Gostisbehere or whoever else turn their back.
Sure, yeah.
And get on it, right?
Yeah, you've got your Keandre Millers out there, your Walkers, your Chatfield. Like, Chatfield's not a big guy. Like
Slavin.
Yeah.
Who hasn't been as good.
No.
Right? And I think I think the dude is older.
Older and like every bit as good as Sanderson in his own end, but he's not like Sanderson can turn and then rush the puck and transport the puck, and they don't really have like Slavin can't do that on their top pair, and Chatfield can't really. So their offense, what little of it comes from the blue line comes from a little further down, right? Keandre Miller and Shane Gostisbehere and whatever else. Those guys just aren't out there as much as Sanderson is. And Sanderson's just one of those guys that settles everything down. Defensively, offensively, on the rush. It's like, put it on his stick and let's get organized here as we move up the ice. It's just a stabilizing factor that, like, I don't think Carolina has that. And that doesn't mean Carolina is going to lose the series. It's one player. But he is a stabilizer that, like I said, Gostisbehere's great offensively. Slavin's great defensively. They don't really have just put this guy out here in any situation and get what you need. Right? Like,
well, and Ottawa generated over 170 points from their D.
Right.
That That is a strength of this
It's a lot of
defense
D.
core. Yeah. Love that D.
Show me that big D.
Big D. So those are the things, and I like the way Allmark handles the puck. Like, I think there are just things here that if things break well for Ottawa, they could win this series.
Sure they could. Before we move on to other series, before we take a break here in a second, your prediction for this series.
Yeah.
Not what could happen.
Right.
What you think will happen.
I want Ottawa to win.
Yeah. I think I know that about you.
I think Carolina wins this in a long series. To me, I would feel like I was just way too much of a homer if I was to just go, yeah. But I think when you look at all the numbers and you sift it through, it's a lot in Carolina's favor, including the pedigree of many deep playoff runs.
Yep.
That just make it hard to overlook. And I think they do their scoring depth is a bit more.
Yep. Just a bit, but that's all you need in a series like this.
I think for that reason, I lean, because there are some unknowns with Ottawa. Are we going to see the best Linus?
Mm-hmm. Brady but came out this week like, yeah, I lost my vision for a second there when I got hit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good to go.
But I'm not sure what happened.
No, okay. That would concern me. You and I kind of debated a little bit on Sunday the idea, do I need Unicorn Brady for 82 games? Or do I just need him when the playoffs show up? So which Brady are we getting?
Ding, ding,
will
ding.
Be
let's make that shit happen.
A huge part of this. And like I said, I have less questions about Ottawa's goaltending. I don't have zero questions about Ottawa's goaltending, right? Like, are we going to get classic playoff Allmark or
classic
this hot run that he's been on?
Yep.
In theory, in terms of time frame, whatever, should just continue on, right? Like, he's been great. Why would it stop now? Well, for some guys, it just does, right? Some guys, trust me, some guys don't work in the playoffs the way they do in the regular season.
You got anybody that comes to mind?
No, nobody specific, Rob.
So I'm gonna take Carolina in 7.
I'm gonna take Carolina in 5.
Whoa!
I don't think that by no means suggests I think Carolina is about to come out and smash them in 5 games. But all those things we talked about in terms of that depth and that point that I let off with, that current Carolina is what Ottawa is looking to develop into.
Yep.
Just means that they will find this a little faster. They will find their game a little faster. Their depth will chip in just a little bit more.
You're seeing 5 close games.
I am seeing 5 close games.
5 games, so where they win 4-1.
The series 4-1, yes, not the game.
Yeah.
No, and look, all of that changes if Freddie or Bussy or whatever is what. But just looking at this as a whole, I just think Ottawa is not quite yet where Carolina is. And for two teams that everyone agrees are very similar in the way they play and build, or the way they're built and the way they play, Ottawa's the second best team in this series at those things. So I expect 5 very close games. But yeah.
And you expect quality to rule the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't always work that way.
No, it doesn't. But I understand. I understand where you're coming from. I'm a bit surprised by 5.
Yeah.
But because it's a bit of a shocking number. But
it's aggressive.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm being
so totally
shaded by my haterisms.
Yeah. So and that's fine, and that's the beauty. The whole thing will play out, and Ottawa just needs to go down and they get one of those first 2.
100%. Well, and that's
every series.
Every series.
Yes, I get it, but that's and they've had.
Well, and it would go right to their confidence too, right? Like all of that stuff can change. It's like you said, Ottawa could win this series. I'm not. But when you have low scoring series, you have a lot more room for calamity. And that sounds worse than I mean it to about Ottawa. But this is why teams with less skill, who like genuinely bad teams, want to clamp it down. And now any crazy bounce could go our way. Like now it's Whereas if it just goes skill on skill, the more skilled team's going to win every time. So I think at 2-1, 3-2 type series like we're expecting here at Ottawa, Carolina, does leave room for that bounce or that great shot from Nick Cousins that nobody expected or whoever, right? Like it's always, if somebody's going to steal a series, it's always because somebody that no one expected to. Like Jordan Spence manages to get 2 goals in this series, and one of them happens to be in overtime. Like
attaboy, Spenny.
There you go. So there is room for variance when you expect a low-scoring series. But yeah, I just think Carolina is better at the things that Ottawa is good at.
Yep.
That makes it a tough road to hoe.
And we've detailed all that. So yeah. I think I'm with you on a Carolina win.
Yeah.
I see it a little longer.
Sure.
And we'll all look to be proven as stupid, like so many other people I've listened to over the past couple of days. You're like, man, there's a lot of stupid shit out there. As anybody who's listening to this podcast.
Sure. God, there's a lot of stupid, not these idiots again, not these assholes.
Yeah, not these assholes. That's the part I like the best. Assholes.
Yeah, no, anything can happen, so there it is. We'll take a break here. We'll come back, and we will take a look at the other series, probably not quite as in-depth, but that have currently been set. Not everything out west is done yet, but we'll come back, and we'll take a look around the league here in a minute.
Can't wait.
All right, the rest of the East is set. 2 out of the 4 Western series are set, although by the time you, good listener, hear this, you'll know the other 2 as well. But for the moment, we're just going to talk about what we know. So the second half will be short here.
The things I know out.
I got a lot of things I think, but what's your second point there?
Over to our good friends at Bicycle.
Second show in a row, man.
For me?
Yeah, you had their Starling Stout on Monday's show.
It was delicious, too, just for the record.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a big old bottle.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
This is their Snowdrift APA.
Fuck, eh? Sorry. The listener knows. Yeah, no, it's, I'm done hearing about snow, that's all. One more time.
5.1%. It, nice. It's got a little hoppy pull off the top.
Okay.
And nice, but it feels crisp and it's... Oh.
Nitro Stout, we're all right.
Okay. I'm like, that sounds like...
Coming at you.
Yeah. That sounded a little bit like a diaper.
All right. I am circling back down to Blythe, Ontario for the Cowbell Imperial Chocolate Stout.
See, I knew it.
Yeah.
Matt said, what am I? Nah, I said, you're going to
made me sound so timid.
You're going to keep on trucking right through. You're like,
yeah, no, I'm going for it.
Yeah.
Pedal down.
Go
here,
for it.
It's playoff time, baby.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Hey, and speaking of which, I thought I'm going to grow a beard. I'm going to grow a playoff beard.
Like in conjunction with the Sens or just in general, 2 months?
And then I thought, I have a beard already.
Yeah.
So that seems... So I'm going to shave my beard.
Okay.
And then I thought, it's going to leave people screaming, running from my house.
It's not good, man.
No. So your face is not attractive.
It's a lot of face.
That's a whole bunch of face. We need some of that hair to break it up. So then I thought, I'm going to give myself a nickname.
Can we get in on this? Can we cast votes?
So I've settled on, Big Rig is taken.
Yeah.
That's a good playoff nickname. So I'm going to...
The accommodator.
I'm going to go with the big unit.
No, that's taken to you. Look at this.
Which has been lovingly given to me by virtually anyone I've,
Yeah, but this is like when the fattest guy calls him, like his nickname is Slim.
And I think, well, so what about you then? What do you want to go with?
Well, remember that you do, because it's one of my favorite ongoing whatever.
The big eunuch.
Oh. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Oh.
No, I'm the big unit.
I see. Yeah, no,
you are the big eunuch.
I was thinking of the those old Bud Light or Coors Light commercials. Like, guy goes to his buddies, like, from now on, you got to call me the Duke. And I all just balk and laugh at him. And the voiceover guy comes in. He's like, men's rule number whatever. You don't get to pick your own nickname. Otherwise, we'd all be the Duke.
Yep. The Duke. Yeah, no. So I've actually just scrapped the whole idea.
Yeah.
You're poo-pooing the big unit.
Oh, yeah. Serious poo-pooing.
All right.
Believe it or not, my nickname in Sarnia when I went to college down there was Rob or Robbie.
Yeah, that's weird.
We had 5 guys on our floor named Matt, and it just became nobody gets to keep it. Like, so, Matt York was Yorkie, and Matt Tyler was Ty, and these are names I'm now just throwing out that probably don't wish to be mentioned here. That's why I was Rob or Robbie.
Stupid.
Yeah, no, well, it's hockey nickname. It's college, man. How creative do you expect it to get?
I would have went with Sonny.
It's so much worse.
Sonny.
Yeah.
Go over
Yeah,
see
I
Sonny.
certainly understand why it would be weird in our dynamic, but it made sense down there at the time, so be it. We have...
Well, I haven't known a Rob that wasn't a dink.
Me neither. We have Penguins Flyers, Sabres Bruins, Habs Lightning, Vegas and Utah, and Wild...
Stars.
I don't know why I did it that way. Just picked one and picked their cities and what. Anyway, yeah. Vegas, no, Stars and Wild.
Yeah, you got it.
On the off nights for the Sens, or it's become so cripplingly boring to see the shots 13-10 in the third period of a playoff
I don't
game.
think that's going to happen.
I can see almost nothing else happening.
Yep. You're a pessimist.
Where would you... Oh, man. Am I ever?
Yes. Hello. You know this to be true.
Where would your attention go now? Let's do this in order of Rob's interest level in these series if the Sens are not currently available.
We call it the give-o-fuck-a-meter.
Okay.
And
I'm fine with that.
right at the very bottom...
No. Let's start up top.
Oh, as in...
No, you're right. That's a bad show. Why would we end in the shittiest place? Go to the one you have least interest in after your Sens.
Pittsburgh, Philadelphia.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, that's high for me.
Really?
Probably top 3.
I'm fascinated by that.
Okay. So why are you not?
It's the Philadelphia. To me, they are just... There's only so much Porter Martone I can really get my hands on, and then that's it. Like I don't like Zegras and Drysdale and like I don't know, man. Like just it doesn't.
Tyson Forster isn't doing it for him.
No.
Man? Dan Vladar might steal a game.
Dan the man Vladar. No, like there's nothing about Philadelphia. I hope Pittsburgh wins that in 4 straight games and Philly's out. Like I don't care about them at all.
I expect that might be what happens. But for me, this is, and maybe this speaks more to me than to you, this is the series for the casual. Like Sidney fucking Crosby and Malkin and I remember those guys, right? Like it's the Battle of Pennsylvania. It's Penguins Flyers. Like
the Keystone State.
Sure. This has name brand value, right? Like this is
on the Pittsburgh side, Carlson and all that business.
Well, just Penguins Flyers in general. I'm surprised this is that low for you, because
it's right there with. I probably don't. Yeah, no. This is the.
Well, let's stay on this one for a minute.
This is the series that I'm. It's the last thing I want to watch.
Okay. Are you fatigued on Crosby?
Nope.
Like okay.
No. I'm hoping
it's all Philly. You said
it's all Philly.
Yeah.
Like to me, Philly at this moment in my mind,
they've been hot lately.
Occupies the space that the Islanders usually do when it comes to playoff time.
Wow. No, to me, this is so much better.
I don't care.
I
don't care about them. And
like, I get that. Like Carolina Islanders, last year I was like, fuck, you couldn't pay me to watch that. But Flyers Penguins, there's some juice there, man. Like
there was the Crosby Giroux.
Well, that's always a rivalry.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I know, but it's I don't know, man. I really don't care.
I'm getting that. I really like this idea that like the Penguins. Everyone agreed at the beginning of the season. There's only one team in the league who's clearly a seller, who's clearly trying to rebuild. Right. And here they are with fucking home ice in the playoffs. They played reasonably well down the stretch at times without Crosby and Malkin at the same time.
Carlson was saying,
go ahead. Sorry.
Get on my back. Yeah. Let's go.
The bounce back year for Carlson. they rolled the dice on a couple guys that they like. Chinnikov was available for anybody to go get, and he showed up. He was terrific for them. Anthony Mantha has bounced around all over the place. He's had a really nice year for them. Parker Wotherspoon was on waivers. I was begging for the Leafs to just give me something, somebody who can skate. Like, he's not a big name, but he's playing top pair with Chris Letang now at times.
What's the name of the kid who could have been playing for the Canadian World Juniors?
Ben Kindle.
Ben Kindle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number one center while Crosby and Malkin were down. First year out of the draft. Like,
yeah.
I'm with you. Philly doesn't excite me that much, but the Battle of Pennsylvania does.
But these were two teams that...
And the Flyers have been hot.
Both were not expected to make the playoffs this year.
That's right.
And neither are a
Doesn't that make it more
team.
fun?
Yeah. To me, it's like, Philly, I just don't care.
Okay.
I really don't.
Can Zegras do it in the playoffs? Like, there's no. Well, I get if you've already made up your mind, there is no reason for you to watch. No, you can't.
and it's just, to me, it's
Porter Martone already looks like a top player. You mentioned that, that would be maybe the only thing of interest for you.
Yeah.
But he looks like a man. Like, he doesn't look like a kid stepping out of university like some of them do, with 8 games to go.
I found something. All right. Is Rick Tocchet going to kill Michkov in the playoffs? Like, is that going to happen? Is there something going to happen here where the ice becomes constricted and...
Yeah, I'm not sure Michkov's ready to be a playoff guy.
So Rick Tocchet is... That's where I'm looking.
Okay.
Because Zegras, I just wonder if what's going to happen there. And it's... The Philly thing is just...
On any given night, that's a top 3 game for me. And I should say this.
Historically, you're basing it on
yes,
historical...
I am. Like I said, I am not shying away from the fact that this is based on legacy. This is based on Crosby and Malkin doing it again. This is based on wanting to see Martone. Like, I don't expect this to be a particularly close series. But if I wasn't here in the nation's capital talking about the Sens I don't want to watch the Sens Hurricanes in terms of entertainment value.
Yeah, I get it.
And there's a couple of them out there like that. I think I'm not even mildly interested in Vegas, Utah.
I'm interested in Utah.
Yeah, and I said at the beginning of the year, like, well, we have a new team, but not really. Like, they would have my attention, and they did a bit early in the season. I'm like, it's still just the Coyotes in a New Jersey.
But I love the Mammoth.
Sure, and the Zamoth.
The Zamoth. Come on, man.
Everything about it. I get that.
The Party Boney or whatever they're calling it.
Who doesn't love a nice party pony?
Maybe I'm calling it that.
Let's give a prediction on it.
Pittsburgh in 6.
Pittsburgh in 5.
You're on the 5 bandwagon.
There's going to be some smashing going on.
Matt's hoping the whole thing just rips along.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
Let's get the draft and free agency. I want to see what happens with the... Yeah. Anyways, I get it.
Your next least interested in series, I guess, is how we're doing this?
My next least interested series is anything that involves the Los Angeles Kings.
Even if it's the Oilers?
No, I will watch that because I want to see the Oilers Ginsu the Kings.
See, I'm of two minds on that. Does anyone really want to see it for the 5th year in a row? No. Are Connor McDavid and playoff Draisaitl... I guess when I say that, it makes it sound like he's not good in the regular season, but he's expected back in the first round. Like, the Oilers are kind of can't miss TV. I'd rather they not play LA. So I guess I'm with you on that. But if it is the Oilers, they will also be high on my list. The Kings will be.
If it ends up being Colorado, Los Angeles, do you care about that?
No, probably not. Like, I've still got, as you know, like through high school, I loved the Avalanche, right? Sakic and Bork and Forsberg and Kamensky and Blake and man, it was a good team.
Well, there's lots to love about this Colorado team.
100%
I just think there's lots to hate about Los Angeles.
And they might buzzsaw LA quick enough to the point where it's not worth watching.
Yeah.
So I get your point on that.
To me, there are series that are really worth watching if you have nothing invested in them. Like there's enough,
which is me this year, right?
Right. There's enough of those.
I got some teams I'd like to see lose. I guess I got.
Trust me, Matt.
I know you're familiar with this.
You love that when your team isn't in. You're like, fuck those
I'm just
guys
out here hater central.
Yes, hating on everybody. Well, mostly there's a couple.
There's some stuff here and there.
But so it really comes down to and again, I love Sid, and I've always loved that. So I want to see him do well.
Yeah.
I think Colorado.
Same for me and Connor. I want to see Connor McDavid do well.
Yeah. Well, because you want to see legacy.
We've had this conversation before. The best player in the world hoists the cup. That happens at some point, right? Gretzky does it. Crosby does it. Like these types of guys, when you're on that level, Ovechkin did it. You're supposed to hoist the cup at some point.
Okay. Well,
I want to see McDavid do that.
Jeff Jackson, Ken Holland, Stan Bowman. This is all on you, man.
Well, I think McDavid made that pretty clear with his last contract signing.
Yes.
So moving up the ladder from whoever the Kings are playing.
Yeah, I would love to see, again, not knowing what's going to happen. I'm going with the Los Angeles, Colorado.
Okay.
I want to see an Anaheim, Edmonton.
Yeah.
That's what I would love to see. But because we don't know,
right?
If you want to just stay away from the ones we have no idea about.
Yeah, in general, like we can kind of say these teams have as I've sort of been poking at here for a couple of months now. I'm interested in watching the Ducks. I like what they got going on.
Yep.
Some young, exciting pieces, a good goaltender. I don't think they're beating anybody in the first round. Like we don't know yet who I think they're going down in the first round.
Yes, I agree with you. But I would love to see the track meet potential.
Yes,
that could
be
come.
Fun.
That could come from that with a McDavid, Draisaitl.
And it would be fun while it lasted. That would be Edmonton in 5 or whatever.
And the quicker it can be over, the better, and you move on, right? And so that would help Edmonton moving forward. But
they will have my rooting interest. The Ducks will be one of the teams I'm cheering for.
So I think if I'm moving
up, as far as established series, yeah.
If you're asking me to move up, I think the next on the docket would be Buffalo, Boston.
Yeah,
I'm interested. It's not top of the matinee kind of thing,
sure,
but it's got some mid-range intrigue for me.
Yeah, I don't think these Bruins are real, and maybe that's a shitty place to be, but like, I guess they could they're going to have to forecheck like hell, because the thing that Buffalo does so well is that top 4D, right? Having Dahlin with Samuelson and then Byram with power, and those guys can all skate like motherfuckers, right? And those guys can all transport the puck well. Boston is going to have to chip it in and beat the shit out of those guys.
And get on those guys hard.
And I just don't think that's these Bruins anymore, right? Is Morgan Geekie and David Pasternak and Kostadinov and I don't know.
Fraser Minton?
Casey Middlestat. Like
Casey.
These are not those Bruins. And I think in previous, I think the one thing that really works in Buffalo's favor here is that they get to start at home. Like if you're a first-time playoff team rolling into Boston for game 1, that's a tough place to be. They get to have a little confidence here. They get to get up and going. Their goaltending has been better. The only way Boston is winning that series is if Swayman goes all world, right? Like
if that first game in Buffalo, when you're going to go out and that arena will be upside down.
Yeah, 100%.
And if things...
They got a little sympathy from me too, which is hard because I've always hated the Sabres.
I know, I hate the Sabres too.
Okay. Yeah, you more than me, I'm sure.
It comes down to...
Hater from way back.
Yeah, of all kinds of things. It comes down to Boston gets up 2-0 early in that first game.
Yeah, take the air out of that.
That barn.
Sure.
I don't care how many of those Sabre beer holders you got going for you there. One in each hand, which I think are kind of cool, to be honest.
100%, yeah.
That crowd will turn on you.
No. They won't turn on you, but they will go silent. Like you will deflate.
Yes, yes, and that's really what I meant. Is it will mute that crowd, and there's nothing worse. I'd rather the crowd was grumbling and bitching at me than if it goes like the Ottawa-Toronto Game 82 crowd was, and you're like, holy Christ. I got dust on my eyeballs.
No, for sure.
So I think that is the thing where if you were young and you were inexperienced, which that Buffalo team is, it could go badly for you if it doesn't start right.
Yeah, I think if these Sabres were facing a more classic version of the Bruins, this would be a tougher go. But I think this is what it is. The Bruins are riding a bit of a PDO bender with Swayman and like Morgan Geekie and like how real is some of this stuff?
How long are we going to say that?
Well, for
100-point season,
4 to 7 more games, and then I'll either shut up or dance on their grave.
So these two teams played 4 games this season.
Yeah,
Boston won 3 of the 4.
Did they play them all in November or any chance?
2 were in October.
Okay,
so that is valid.
Yeah.
They lost an OT game. Boston, the one game was an OT loss in early January, and then they just beat them, I don't know, 2 weeks ago.
And if I'm going to talk about PDO benders at the pace the Sabres have been winning here since mid-December, they have also had the highest save percentage in the league since mid-December. Yep. So valid on all. I think Buffalo's deeper.
UPL has 3 losses since the Olympic break, I think.
Yeah.
1 to Boston.
Okay. I'm taking Buffalo in 6.
I think I'm taking Boston in 6.
Wow.
Yeah. I just think
they're getting Swayman.
Yep.
Because to me, that's the only path. Like, I look at that blue line in Boston, and I'm trying to move on here, but I'm compelled by your But McAvoy is going to be put on Tage Thompson's line, right? Probably.
Yep.
And then you have, Hampus Lindholm on the second pair.
Hampus!
With Lohrei, and Zadorov is on the third, but like there's some shutdown ability on all 3 pairs.
Yeah.
But Buffalo's not really built with you have to stop just this line and then you'll be fine, right? Like right now, the line of I was doing some reading before we started here.
Doan?
Josh Norris with Doan and Benson. And like those 2 wingers, like Josh Norris, we know is not going to get his hands too dirty, but those 2 wingers for him work nicely, right? And that has apparently been a pretty compelling line for them here down the
that Kesselring Doan
trade
in exchange for Peterka.
Yeah,
I think
Peterka.
both teams pretty happy with that.
Yep.
And so proof is in the pudding in Boston,
100%.
in Buffalo. So we'll see.
Yep. Your next, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Well, your next series. We got Tampa, Montreal left. We got Dallas, Minnesota left. Are those the only?
Those are the only 2 defined
left, yes.
defined ones
That's
we
right.
have left. Yeah, and to me they're both juicy. They're both game series that I want to watch.
Dallas in 5.
See, you know what? I'm thinking Minnesota. I'm thinking Minnesota in that series. And what I'm going with on that is, to me, it comes down to what's the health of Hintz and Heiskanen.
Sure. Yep. No, and that's fair. Like there's a lot of things in the oxygen right now on that.
Right. That they're good to go and then they're going to play.
Yeah.
If they're good to play, if they're healthy and good to go, I like Dallas. But if they're not, and if both those guys are not impactful at their best,
right? You can't have them both at 65%.
100%. You cannot, because Minnesota, to me, not great center depth as we've alluded to earlier.
Yeah, Ryan Hartman and Joel Eriksson act as your top. That doesn't work for me, brother.
But I do love the goaltending tandem. I like the option of
you can only play one at a time, though.
Well, then I'm going with the Wall of St. Paul. But to have both Quinn Hughes and Faber,
yeah,
I just
Matt Boldy scored
Boldy, Kaprizov, like, to me,
one of the top. But Boldy, I had no idea till I was looking around for this. Like, one of the top 5 or 8 goal scorers in the league this year.
Yeah, I had him in my pool.
Oh, there you go.
I was very familiar with what Matt Boldy was doing.
Like, I knew he was good. Obviously, he's an Olympian, all this. But I kind of, in my head, I'm like, I don't know, 32, 35 goals. Nope. Like, he's...
Yeah.
But, man, and I guess my objection...
You said Dallas in 5?
Yeah. I guess my objection to their center depth is sort of eroded if Roope Hintz can't go, right? Like, if he's not going to be what he's supposed to be, then that's less of a deciding factor. I think Ottinger's better than either of the 2 goaltenders that Minnesota has. I know Quinn Hughes gave them a boost. I just don't think anything that Minnesota does has changed enough to suggest that they're a playoff style team.
All this is true, but I just look at the injuries. I just wonder how this is going to go, and
who's healthy, right?
Exactly, and this is the kind of thing that is ripe for an upset.
Montreal, Tampa Bay. What do you think, man?
Montreal, if you speak to anybody
from Quebec,
even remotely interested, affiliated, they are just so fired up.
Yeah.
So full of confidence. I've dropped this reference a bunch of times over the years on this show. It's the Braveheart thing where the English are looking across at the Scottish and they're like, they seem very optimistic. And that to me is Habs fans. They're like, we can't lose. We can't lose.
It's like it's a pre-written script. Well, we came in last year. We got a taste of it. We played well against against Washington. And this is the year we take the step. And you're like, it's Tampa, though.
You lost in 5 games last year.
Yeah, but it was a good series. They played hard.
Toronto lost in their first, in the Matthews era.
Yes.
They lost in 5 games to Washington, too?
6. 5 out of 6 went to overtime, and we went, oh, man, we're going to be so good.
So what did that guarantee you the next year and the next year and the next year?
Well...
And so this is not a Leaf thing. I'm merely suggesting
That's what I'm saying, though. I think Habs fans believe the script is this is now the year where we get to take a step forward. And you have an opponent who says, hey, can we talk about that? Like, we also have an opinion on how this is going to play out. I don't know about Tampa's health either. Like I
don't think we're going to see Hedman. Not to start anyways.
No, I thought what I read is that he will be in the series, but probably not to start.
Right.
But their top 4 still looks okay. JJ Moser is the type of guy that is like, oh man, that's why Julian Brisebois is so much better at this than everybody else. Like he just identifies a piece that hasn't quite ripened yet. If we drop him in here, it's going to work, and it does.
We call that the Eric Chernak.
Sure, on their second pair. So they're even without Hedman. Like McDonough, Chernak has been good, and that pairing is going to be draped all over the Suzuki, Slafkovsky, Caulfield line. They appear to be mostly healthy up front now. Tampa does. Like we've seen Cirelli in and out. Kucherov is fucking killing it. You mentioned earlier.
Cirelli and Hagel both came back. They're both good to go.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about Hagel, but he's been out. Yeah, and you've got Gensel kicking around. I just think. Yeah, I think Montreal's going to make this interesting. The big question is Dobish playoff ready? He's been hot as hell for them for the last couple of weeks. I guess that's where you'll go, although I've seen people saying you should run with Fowler. I don't have a strong take on that. I am too.
I'm going with Dobish.
And Vasilevsky has not been good in the playoffs for the last 3 years.
But he had back problems. There was all kinds of issues.
Yeah, but that's what we said last year. Like this is the year now where he's back and he's healthy, and he got pumped by Florida in round 1.
Yeah,
now,
but
he's pretty good.
He's going to be in the Vezina conversation this year.
Well, it's him or Sorokin, and that's it.
Yeah,
There's no one else to talk.
So let's not even discuss that.
Okay.
So riding into the playoffs,
You don't expect the Montreal defense to just be lobbing shit in from the blue line like Toronto did when they got to get through them.
Yeah.
Everything from the, hey, shoot from the point.
See when he's looking up and he's trying to look over people. We're going low. We're doing all, no. Yeah. And Florida, as you suggested, in back-to-back seasons has got to them as well.
Yes.
So, no, I do not expect that from this Montreal team. I sort of, I look at what we talked about center depth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oliver Kapanen at 2.
Kapanen, Deneau, Evans, to me, it's weak.
Well, to me, you have, I think you have 2 really good number 3 centers and have no number 2 center.
Okay.
And that's where I think Tampa's going to run you over.
This just in, that is not good. That is not helping you when and again, everybody understands, all those teams with good third lines, you can't have 2.
Right. Well, you can as long as one of them's your 4th.
Yes. Perfect.
Should not be your second.
This is it. And so to me, that is the thing.
Demidov is creating a lot on that set, but Oliver Kapanen, that's not your guy, right? Like that doesn't work.
Not anybody's guy.
Right. And he might be down the road, but he's not yet.
I think this could be an interesting series, though.
I do too.
To watch.
The Noah Dobson injury is problematic in a pretty significant way.
And did you see that guy being...
I guess if we're comparing things, though, Hedman's out and Dobson out, toss it aside.
Yeah, but one's not coming back and one may.
Right.
And I'll take... You can slide in Hedman on your third pair at you know,
sure. 60%.
At a diminished value.
Yeah, just the stability and the calmness.
And you're not getting Dobson back?
No.
Not for this series anyways.
No.
And did you see him being a league-leading shot blocker?
Dobson?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I had no idea that was a thing. No,
nobody did.
Offensive guy only was
This is it.
That was the complaint with the trade, if there was one, was you're sort of eating Hudson's lunch here a little bit, right? A power play guy, an offensive guy. Yeah. Nope. Him and Matheson as a pairing have been terrific all year.
So that I think the blow there is even larger than I would have anticipated.
Yeah.
And that's one of those late season injuries where you're like, oh.
Yeah, I look at it and I think like you, Montreal puts up a fight here and probably a pretty good one. But I think the top 4 defensemen for Tampa is still formidable based on what Montreal is going to want to do. And I just like up front.
The depth up front is not even close. No. It's not even close. And so,
like I said, you can match third and fourth lines if you want, like saw each other off. But that second line, no matter who Tampa puts with Cirelli, whether it be Gensel or Hagel or whatever else, is probably going to run roughshod over Montreal. So.
I love the Montreal power play.
Yeah.
It's lethal.
Yep.
And if you can have a 100-point Nick Suzuki,
50-goal Caulfield.
50-goal Caulfield.
30-goal Slafkovsky down low.
They are on the power play. It's killer. They have it on a string, and it's good, but I don't think that's going to be enough, and I don't think
that's what they need, right? We were talking earlier about the rate of
Tampa's
power
gonna
plays.
Take penalties.
Yes. Maybe that's where Montreal can make this interesting. But I'll say Tampa in 7.
See, I think Tampa in 5.
Okay.
Tampa in 6, maybe.
See, man, you made it sound like you thought Montreal was going to put up a fight.
Yeah, but again, like the Ottawa series that you called Carolina in 5, it can be close games.
Yeah.
I don't see Montreal having enough to make it interesting series result wise.
Sure. Okay.
I'll say 6. I'll say Tampa in 6. I think the games when they come back to the Bell Center,
oh man,
are going to be really fun to watch.
Yep.
And that crowd is worth a half a goal.
So that's your number 2 series behind the Sens.
Yep, probably.
Yeah.
And followed by Dallas, Minnesota.
Okay. Is there anything Edmonton can do to crack the podium in terms of not getting LA or
Anaheim,
Edmonton? Does it bump one of those two or is
nope?
No.
But I will like it because it's going to be a later game.
Yes.
And so it will.
That's why I don't like it.
It will dominate that later time slot. And
I think when I was out looking for my backup team, I was like, who doesn't have a rivalry with the Leafs? Who hasn't pissed me off as a Leaf fan? I'm like, oh, Anaheim. Yeah, this is 2 months ago.
Radko Gudas.
But then I was like later, oh, fuck, 10 o'clock. Oh, May, like through however long they let. Nah, I'm probably out. Right? Like,
ain't nobody got time for that.
But there was nobody in the East. Somebody had pissed me off at some point,
yes,
right?
of course, man.
Could Matt cheer for Boston or?
Well, Carolina.
They eliminated us in 02.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
I'm a hater from way back too, man. I got a memory on
that
me.
That is the bedrock of this
Nicholas
podcast.
Wallin, fuck you, man.
Yeah. So, but see, to me, they at
Martin
least
Jelena.
No, and there's only
stupid douche.
They tried to trade
Urbe.
They tried to trade Rantanen. Could you not give him that?
Yeah. I guess I hate my team more than I hate
okay.
theirs.
There you go. See, so there's a team for you.
No. Well, in some small way.
And your soft spot for Buffalo.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I get that. I'm sort of saying that to myself a little. Like, that's the team that employed Vaclav Varada and Patrick Kaleta and these sorts of fuckers. Yeah, fuck you, man. Like,
see? All right.
No, I'm out on Buffalo, too. It's the lesser of two evils, right? Boston hurt me more recently.
Yeah, okay.
So,
all right. Well, you know what? I'm trying to help here. I'm trying to help here.
Zinger, motherfucker.
Oh, look at that guy.
They eliminated us in 99, the Sabres. I got a memory, man.
And Miro Shatan.
Yep. Zhitnik and
Yeah, Mike Pekka.
Pitlick.
Oh, yeah. I'm loving it.
Oh, he might have been on Ottawa at the time. Still hated him, but
Who's that?
Pitlick.
Pitlick?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, he started here.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I was watching an Ottawa-Buffalo game when I decided I hated both Pitlick and Zhitnik.
Pitlick and Zhitnik.
Would have been a great pairing.
It would have been.
It all starts up on Saturday, which is brilliant, honestly. A full day Saturday, a full day Sunday. And I'll be watching Dallas, Minnesota. I don't buy Minnesota.
The big unit and the big eunuch will be breaking it down.
Yeah, Monday morning in their big tunics. For Rob, my name's Matt. Enjoy the weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday morning.
See ya.